What's up, Drew? You're the first one here. Drew, you made it here first. Curious your cruise hourly rate. My cruise hourly rate. We target 90 for projects and 100 for mowing. Civil. Yeah, I'm just on here, guys. For here first. I'm gonna be doing work because I got behind yesterday. But if you guys have any comments or anything, I'm happy to answer. But I'll be doing work. There. You've been expecting. Oh shit. Why is your name like that? What's up? What even is that? What is it supposed to mean? Oh, I see. What's up, Code Lee? That's how you say it, right? Code Lee. What is the number one way of getting retaining clients? Well, I'm still testing that out, but for me, at least during the winter, I'm going out to knock on their doors, and it's worked well so far. That I did it the other day, and there's people that had some feedback to give me, and when I knocked on their door, they're like, "Oh shoot, I was literally about to call in the office to let you guys know about it, but I want my backlawn mode lower. Can you lower it down?" And I was able to get feedback from them, and they appreciated it because I showed up to their door. I was also able to educate them on winter services, and since we do pay per visit, it's mowing only. During the winter, that's the opportunity for us to start trimming up bushes, getting weeds, and all the other stuff. Easiest way to say, Angel. Man, I see those tarp sheets used and they look super handy. What product? If you go to Horizon, since I know you're here locally, go to Horizon and ask for the poly tarps. I think that's what they're called. They'll know. It's Horizon Distributors. I use GMC and also Chevy. Those are the good ones. I hate what was it? I hate Ford. Ford is trash. I feel most people in the business are stuck in the 90s pricing. Barbers charging $75 for a haircut these days. Everyone needs to raise prices. Oh yeah, in the 90s pricing. Barber charging 75 for a haircut these days. In the 90s pricing. Oh yeah, that's true. My brother charges, I think it's 50 or 60. And you got to take apart the whole car. Well, I haven't had that happen, so we should be good. It hasn't happened to me, so I still like Chevy or GMC. I get people hitting me up with the most low wall price. No, I feel you. It happens all the time, and I actually sent out a mulch install bid for 34 yards, and it was a client that we have, and some dude was able to bid it $2,000 less than us. So there's like no way. Well, I did have an idea on how I could match that price, but yeah, no, they already committed with the other person. How do you deal with leaves falling before winter services start? Do you get many fall cleanups leaves before you convert to? Yeah, we start getting them, Ryder. And Ryder, I'll send you the Indeed template. Sorry, I saw your message, but yeah, we do, and it's a little bit tough because I try to pitch winter services to them, and it's hard if they have a ton of trees that drop a lot of leaves because I can try to get as much as I can done with the winter service, but what ends up happening is we don't have enough time to clear everything away from the driveways, from the lawn. And I feel like the solution for that would be to, instead of doing $50 winter service or $75, maybe double that and explain that to the customer and still gradually get it done. But now you have enough time. What's up, Cam? What the fuck? Like, what do you mean? Why though? What are you currently at for your hourly rate? So we target 90 for projects and 100 for mowing. With the extra grass, we dump it. Cam, what stage are you in? Like, what's your revenue right now? Thanks for tuning in. At what point did you decide to hire your first employee? It was when we started getting too busy to the point where we couldn't fulfill all the work on TikTok starting. Yeah, EBAP. Send me a DM on Instagram. I'm more active there. Send me a DM and I'll answer you. What? Yeah, if you want. Yeah. Yeah, send me a DM EBAP or weekly winter services to start and then bi-week. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, Ryder. And then you can also, if it's $50 weekly, but it's still not enough time and there's a lot of leaves, just say temporarily it'll be $100 per week, and that way we can keep up with it. Because if people don't understand, like they don't, if they're not reasonable, like if there's thousands of leaves falling, they should be reasonable. You're not going to pick up everything for $50, and that's what I'm gonna do this once leaf season starts. Interesting. Usually it's the opposite. Why is your mowing rate higher than your project rate? I don't know. It's I just decided on that because projects I wanted to make sure I close as much as possible to keep filling in the schedule. But yeah, that's just how it is for me. $15,000 a year. Nice. Just watching that before joining. That means you're printing, Rudy. No, YouTube is making money. How many lawns a week until you hired? I can't remember, Caden, but it's until you start feeling like, dude, I'm working 12-hour days. That's when you really want to hire someone. You should try to do it before you get to that point, because then you'll be scrambling, because it's tough training people. So what's this photo I seen yesterday? Where do you work out of? Like what state? Washington, Curtis. Do you charge monthly or per cut? It's per cut. Yeah, it's per cut. I feel like $55 is a lot to charge. That's a good That's a good deal. Hey, Marcus. Damn, you're 11. How much money do I make? I don't make anything. I'm not really taking anything out. How do you pay your employees and how much hourly per lawn? We use P for P. It's basically based on performance, and they the base pays $20 an hour, and they get P for P, so they're making between $26 to $29 an hour on P for P. Come fly to India, miss. That's hella far. India's far. I'm getting distracted. Hey, Silicone. Would you say picking up dog poop would be a better side hustle at monthly payment system than weekly grass cut? I'm not sure. I haven't tested that out. We have on the big TV and surround sound. I don't really have questions, but Jonathan is here too, so I'm sure he'll chime in eventually. Okay, that's fine. When did he decide to buy a company truck? You really, I think you just have to do it off the bat, no? Because if you don't have a truck, it's hard to really expand. What's your biggest 6-week goal for the company? It would be to retain as like 90 or more percent of our mowing customers. That would be the best. That's like the biggest goal. That's going to be my main focus when I next week, starting Monday. I'm gonna go to all the houses that my team is doing, and after them, I'm gonna knock on the door and continue to do what I'm doing with explaining winter services. What do you think about keeping an iPad in the truck to give instant pricing fast, even if I'm out of the field? Yeah, do that because Ryder, when I was out in the field and I was answering phone calls, I had a headset, and I actually have it here. I would use this headset when I was out in the field, and I like it because when you have it on, it doesn't hurt your ears, and it's soft. Like it's nice and soft. It's flat, so it doesn't hurt, and you're able to have it on the whole day. And this is noise canceling, so they can't hear anything when you're answering the phone. And I would measure the property, or I would give a quick glimpse and give them a price right then and there. And yeah, it was super easy. You don't have to be 100% accurate with mowing. What is this? What is some tactics or best way to estimate property cleanups? I find it hard to give an accurate quote that isn't too overpriced, and so it'll be time based. Yeah, Codely, I have the same issue with you. I'm not the best at it, but what I found for me, it helps when I just go from like four. Is it going to take 4 hours, 8 hours, or 16 hours, which is a day for two guys, and that's what's helped me. Sometimes I feel like I over budget it, and the client just ghosts me, and that's one thing like I need to like. I don't want to put too much to the point where they don't ghost me even after I follow up, but also don't want to put too little. So it's finding a balance. I'm still working on that, so I'm not perfect. You're not alone. What percentage would you say come back and contact after door to door? Yeah, that the Curtis, the percentage was terrible. I feel like that was more of a long-term play with what I was doing, because out of the all the postcards I sent out and I went in person to knock on their door, I only got one customer, and that one customer is already saying like, why did we charge a initial overgrown fee? Because the team spent almost 2 hours on the property, and he expected it to be like a $60 cut or a $50 cut. And that's literally the only client we got from doing that. And right now it's not worth it, but it's probably because I haven't done enough volume. Codely, I literally just do 3 budget hours, 5 budget hours. Yeah. Yeah, it was tough. Like I think I could have had better results if I just blanketed an area with door hangers. Yeah, most people are fine with that, and there is people that say like, "Are you scamming me?" But then what I do is I explain to them that I can do the flat rate, that's not a problem, but just so they know, I'm going to add in a like a safety net or something to ensure that we get it done, like just for our I would say safety, but just to make sure that we get it done in time because the there we don't know what to expect. And I always mention to them it's a lot of our customers find it more fair with the per minute per man because we're only charging whatever time we take. Only time I waive the initial overrun fee if they sign up for regular service. Yes, Silicone, I agree, but right now, like I don't want to take the hit because it's like $150 cut, and that's $100. Maybe that could be worth it, but just based on the customer, like the way that they got on board, I don't feel like they would be with us long term because yeah, it just like based on what the interaction they had and things like that. So I don't want to risk it. Oh, yeah, I got it right here. You guys have line items. Yeah, I do have line items for property cleanups. I sometimes separate it front and back. Yeah, it's like going with the gut because if the client, because initially the client, they got the a price and then they counter offered. They're like, okay, I'm willing to pay $60 cash one time only. And I was like, heck no. I told the office to decline the offer. And when they declined, the client was like, okay, I'll sign up for weekly service. So based on what they said there, I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna risk anything like, okay, let's take the hit right now and they'll probably stay on because based on the conversation we had initially, they like you can like it's your gut feeling. You can have some money. What was your longest yard to cut? The longest yard was I think 5 hours, 5 or 6 hours. Do you have to pay insurance for the employees, or are they more like friends that you were paying? Yeah, you have to pay insurance. What's up, Keystone Landscaping? What's your name? I have a customer, Julie, who's on maintenance. You remember her. Do you service them year round or do I sell winter services? She is better. Yeah, try to service her year round. I think we had her on year round, but she switched to once a month. I think that's what she prefers. So just let her know I can switch to once a month. And yeah, because once you maintain the weeds, there's really not much to do except offer to pick up leaves in like on the lawn so it doesn't suffocate the lawn, and also like on the street, things like that. That way she doesn't cancel. Are you guys self-sufficient enough to know what plants to avoid pruning? Because some plants will not bloom if you trim them at a certain time. Yeah, yeah, they are self-aware, and we have notes on there if there's like a specific plant that we make sure not to prune at a specific time of the year. Yeah, I don't got enemies. That sounds good. Crap, I need to get this stuff done. Yeah, it was a client that texted me. I just realized that it's a little bit tough to do work while on here. Hold on, because I have to separate the screen. Maybe I can separate it. It's hard to focus. I'm not good at that multitasking. This boy looks like he puts ice in his cereal. What does that mean? The shortest yard is like 3 minutes or 2 minutes. No, actually, no, a minute. There's one where we have a yard, 2 passes and you're out. What the heck? You're mowing right now? It's crazy. We'll start out with this. Yeah, it's yogurt. Where is this? There we go. Best ways to talk. What are the best ways to talk and handle clients and newer clients on charging the initial cuts for overall not maintenance ready loans? Okay, Codely, let me show you an example. Let me show you an example of text message I sent someone. So they went through the Lee. Look. Z. Here, I'll show you guys an example of how someone that wanted a price, but then I told them like, hey, it's better. Okay. Can you guys see this? Is it opposite? Can you guys read this or no? Let me know if you guys can read this. If it's upside or no, you guys can't read it. Okay. So a little tough because of EGAR. Okay, what it says. So the way this is the message I sent to a customer that wanted a flat rate, but then I explained to them that the per minute per man rate was better, and for the initial mow, it was sounds good. You're not okay. Hold on. Okay, I said for overgrown lawns, we charge whatever so per minute per man for the first visit. This ensures you only pay for the actual time it takes to get your lawn back to standard. Okay, and then I put a pause there and then I moved on to the next sentence. If you prefer a flat rate for the overgrown mow, we can provide one, but it will be priced higher to account for unpredictable factors. The per minute per man rate prevents you from overpaying in the case that we get it done under the time we budget for with the flat rate. And most customers find the per minute per man rate fair and more cost effective. Let me know how you'd like to proceed. And from there, they're down with the per minute per man. Most people, once they see that, because you're framing it as like, okay, it's more cost effective and fair for you to do the per minute per man stuff. As you've been scaling, how do you manage your time and decide what tasks to prioritize throughout the day versus delegating to employees? I've been working on this, and the main thing is getting out of the field. Once you get out of the field, you have more time to really focus on other things, except when it comes time where there's situations out in the field, maybe equipment breaks down or a client complains that the team members can't handle because they don't know context on. That takes away time for me. So yeah, once you're out of the field, that's when you can start figuring out what to focus on. I've never considered joining the Chambers of Commerce. I don't know what that is. Let me get a bite of the yogurt. Back to the ground. Make a great day, everyone. All right, see you, Silico. 17 kill. Glare. How do you get so many clients? It was during the springtime. We did a lot of door hangers. Do you do that across the board for the first service or only overgrown? No, I only do it for people that admit that it's overgrown. Are your workers working 80 plus hours or less? And no, they're not minimum wage. Right now they're working a little bit above 70. hours every 2 weeks, so I would say like 35 hours, is that? A little bit, 35, 36 hours. What's up, JP? Do you have certain neighborhoods or won't market, or do you? Yeah, there's neighborhoods I wouldn't go into because they have a lot of toys, a lot of crap there, and I don't target there. How do you or would you handle clients that lie? Yeah, just literally before you even go out there, say, hey, by the way, just so I ensure we bring the proper equipment, would you say your lawn is overgrown, over 6 inches, or is it just looking a little bit shaggy and you know has and then what based on the response, they'll give you something like, oh, it's just shaggy, or oh, it's a little bit overgrown. And that's when you know. And then before you even go out there, you mention the per minute per man. Say like, okay, if it's over 6 inches, it's going to be this per minute per man. But if it's not, don't even worry about that. Like it won't take the team extra time. So yeah, frame it like that, and then that way they understand. But that's something that I struggled with in spring. You look like you smell like blue lavender Axe body spray. What the hell? When did you get out of the field? I got out of the field in late May. Not bad. Are there benefits in your business like healthcare? Not yet. I'm trying to look into that for next year for this main location, but not yet. If I'm a teenager and this is my main selling point for my lockers, should I just put door hangers or talk to everyone at the door? If you can, if you're willing to, talk to everybody at the door. But most people, and even me, I get a little bit nervous when going to the doors. So if you're willing to do it and you have like the type of energy to be able to do it, then knock on the doors. It's going to be way better. The Chambers of Commerce is a group. That's cool. I would love to look into that, Jonathan. You're working right now? How much lawns do you have, Michael, today? The average lawn is between three to 5,000. Networking or not working though. Revenue. Cool videos. I pay them on like based on performance, but they're averaging between 26 to 29 an hour. You should invest in heated jackets for the crew. Stay warm out there. It's cold. Yeah, that's a good idea. I just don't know who can get like the colors I'm looking for. That would be a good idea. Marketing. I do Google Ads, but I've had poor results. I'm still testing it, but so far I've spent a couple hundred and I haven't had results that I like. Damn, what the heck? You're doing a lot. Cleanup, bush trimming, and topsoil and overseeding. You're gonna be busy all day. It's in Washington, Alex. We're in Washington. Yeah, I've tried postcards, but I haven't done enough volume, Michael. In your interaction with customers that have moved over to your company as clients, the biggest complaints would be I can't really think of anything, but when I was out, it was more the landscaper didn't show up or they pause. I feel like a lot of them are just looking for different prices and things. Yeah. Some yesterdays. Oh, restaurants. Yeah, I mean, who's gonna? I mean, yeah, that would be a good option. Like just doing it. You never know if you get one customer from it. It's worth it. Just spend like if I'm at the restaurant, might as well just leave some. I like the idea. Cool. Continue Google search. Postcards. I'm in my area. I have probably 2-3 weeks more mowing max. What are good winter services? Yeah, good winter services is anything that you can do outside that isn't gonna make it difficult for you. If you're a solo, you can maybe get into that difficult stuff. But for me, bush trimming, weeding, picking up debris, trimming branches that are lower hanging or touching the house, picking up dog crap is something that we're gonna start doing, as well as mowing as needed, putting down de-icer when it snows or it gets frozen, and all of that stuff. That's a good way. How do you publicize? It was I went all in. I feel like that's what helped us a lot is that I went all in right away and painted the trucks, decaled. We got uniforms the same color as the trucks and as the website. All of that stuff added up, and we also did work for free, and we got lucky, I would say. But yeah, just went all in at the start. Oh, lost it all to red. Nah, we don't have enough snow to even pitch that and add value. We get 2 days of snow, and then after that, it starts melting and it's off the driveways at that point. So we don't have any like emergency snow service. Yeah, but we do offer the DI. Like we put down salt, and we shovel out the. Oh, that's what we did. We shoveled out the driveway as normal. If you want to get out of the field, what are some of the things that I can do to grow the business when I'm not on the mower? It would be focusing on like one of the things that were I would have to see, but it's just focusing on sales, trying to get work on the schedule so your guys have jobs to get done. Yeah, only if I show up in their snow. We only travel about our radius is about 8 to 5 miles, between there, 5 to 8 miles. The brand we use is I have no idea what it is, but it's a local person in our area that we order from. No, I've never thought about starting an online shirt brand. For us, I would say around fifth for a route of two people, anything closer to 20 properties per day, or anything that equals to 6 budgeted hours. So I would say 12 budgeted hours for a two-man crew. You can consider it a route for the people. For one person, I would say around 6 budgeted hours would be considered like a route for them to do. So 6 times, say 4 days a week, that's 20 hours worth of work per week. Yeah. Or yeah. I heard you didn't finish school. Now, has that affected you in your business? Hell no, it hasn't. It was a waste of time. I should have started earlier. Literally went to school for 11, 10 years and it was a waste. Actually, I wouldn't have been in the spot I'm in if I didn't go to school. So everything probably happens for a reason. How many average size properties could? It really depends on the mower you have and like Codely. I would recommend you check how much time you're like how much time you have on each property, but you would want to a solo person should be able to do at least 6 budgeted hours per day if they're trained up and they're not going to be like the absolute best, but yeah, 6 budgeted hours per day should be a good good metric. How do you hire new employees? It's either Indeed or people that you know from someone that they know, like people you know someone and they might know someone. Did you ever take business classes or is it something that you just learned being out there? I learned a lot by asking a lot of questions in a Facebook group, and I was a part of the community and also watched a lot of YouTube. The return of Justin Gale, where is he? Where's Justin Gale? How much in revenue are you trying to reach your current location? Michael, I'm trying to get to 650,000 by the end of the year. How does one start at the position you did with Augusta Lawn Care? Well, you have to pay an initial fee first, and then the rebranding costs. So yeah, you have to pay, and then you pay a monthly fee to be in there, and yeah. There we go. There we go. Highlights were ChatGPT. It was calling me. Oh shoot. What's up, Thomas? If there wasn't Augusta where I'm at, I would be a franchisee. But since I can't be, how replicatable do you think the model is for someone with the resources of Augusta, especially command? Yeah, the biggest thing I feel like would be command center. That's everybody who isn't a part of Augusta's learning. That's their learning curve. Yeah, the command center is going to be the toughest thing to do, and um, yeah, that's a tough part. I don't know how it isn't going to be in the future because Augusta is going to have a lot of advantage compared to people who aren't in Augusta. Like in 10 years, 10, 15 years, they're going to get into robotics and we'll be able to produce more for less labor costs and we'll be able to like be charged less compared to other people, but still make profit. Who knows? But Yeah, command center is the biggest thing. Now we're talking. We have Thomas here. He's in Renton. He's another franchisee. How do I invite? $650 is my goal, because based on the revenue that we're hitting and where we're at right now, I feel like we can hit that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I would say go to anybody that is in your area that you see knows how to do what you want to learn, and if you can, offer to help them for free, and in return they teach you how to trim hedges or prune, and then that way you give them value and they give you value. Go to channel. What's up, Ghost? A shout out. What the heck? Sure. Oh, let me see if I can invite. I'm gonna invite Thomas on here. Yeah, he cuts hair and lawns. Cancel. Ah, damn, I don't know how to invite. How do I invite someone? Yeah, it was a good ROI. Definitely recommend it. Getting a wrap. Crap, I don't know how to do it. Okay. Everybody left because nobody's asking questions. That's why people left. There we go. Hey, Thomas.
Okay. I think the best way you'll do it, I don't think you can add me on I don't know. I think you have to go into like a meta tag or something and then be able to co-invite me on it. But
yeah.
It might be easier to just tap me like on a speaker. I mean, I don't know if you're going to share your screen or if you were going to just chat with your chat.
Yeah. They can just listen. If it starts getting too personal, then I'll end the stream.
Okay, yeah. The only thing is I'll probably need to, if you want, you can invite me to a like a Zoom call or like a Google call so that I can see your screen and then I can just talk through your computer.
Okay.
As long as you can hear me, and then that way I can see your computer because I'll probably need to see your ads.
Okay.
Do you think OnlyFans is a good career? Oh boy.
Here, let me just pause this the live and then I'll come back later. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll come back later. Nobody's asking questions, so yeah. No. All right. If they ask questions, then I would, but I'll be right back, guys.